Hello, my name is Patricia Panassi. I am an astrologer and business mentor, and today I am going to teach you a 5-minute practice that will boost your business. A lot of these business gurus have this, they teach you that in order to be successful, in order to grow your business, you have to work hard, you have to hustle, all of these things that you have to do or have to have in place before you can actually start growing. Astrology is something that can really help you boost your business, but it can also be a topic that is so complicated, so complex that in order for you to use astrology in your business, you almost have to study astrology. By the way, I have my little assistant here. It's a full moon, or we're coming off of the full moon, which means less sleep in this house. So I have someone chiming in with me today, but you're used to it. So what is really important is to have a practice in place where you use astrology in a very practical way. There are so many things out there, so many things that you can tune into or listen to, but I really want to bring it down to the basics today. And you don't have to have any prior knowledge of astrology to do this practice. Actually, it's almost even better to do it. I started doing this practice after I got into astrology, and I really had to kind of peel down the layers and understand what it is that I'm doing and how can I create it in a more sustainable way that actually helped me. Let me just double check if everything is working correctly. Awesome. So one thing that I encourage you to do is to get yourself an astrological planner. And yes, I, as an astrologer, have one because I don't write planners. I really love this one. This is the one called Magic of I. It's really like it looks amazing. That's also one of the reasons why I have this one, because it has really beautiful spreads of the month with all of the astrological signs, and you don't even have to know because all of it is in the planner. What I want you to do with a planner like this is very simple. So you either get a planner or you look online. You have these awesome apps. I'll put some resources in the links below. You have these awesome apps that tells you where the moon is at, what sign and what the phase the moon is in. And the only thing you have to do in the morning when you get up or before you start your work day is to check, somebody's trying to eat my ring, is to check where the moon is at. And then let it go. Just take note of where the moon is at that day and which sign. Now, if you have a planner like Magic of I, you can simply go to the day. Oops, a bit harder with an assistant in one hand. I'm not sure if you can see this correctly, but you can actually see up here, we just had a full moon in Scorpio. Oh, sorry, there. A full moon in Scorpio, and here, oops, there. You can see that the moon today is still in Scorpio. Use that, write it down in a journal, write down where the moon is at, and that's it for the morning. Then at the end of the day, I want you to write down how you felt. What tasks in your business worked well? What task in your business didn't work well? How did you feel emotionally? And how did you feel physically? How did you feel in your body? The reason why you don't have to pay attention yet too much to different signs, but I do want you to note it. So if you write it down in the morning, the moon is in Scorpio today. We just came off of a full moon. And then in the evening, tonight, you write down, how did you feel today? What were your emotions like? What were your what felt exciting and also what felt draining. Do this at least 2 months. Because what this brings you, and I know this is not like an instant quick fix. This is not like the masculine, do this and you have results tomorrow. There actually are instant results because you become more aware of how you feel. But what happens if you start tracking it over a longer period of time, you will start to notice what moon sign or what sign the moon is in and how you feel. What phase of the moon is your most productive time? What phase of the moon is a time when you're most inclined to relax? And you don't have to have a lot of knowledge about astrology to do this. Because what I started to notice, I mean, I know, of course, all of the different zodiac signs, what the energies are, what it means when the moon is in these signs. But what I was curious about is what was my embodied experience of those signs. Now, one of the things that I learned from tracking the moon and tracking how I felt is that Scorpio moons are very challenging for me. I myself have my moon in Taurus. Taurus is fixed earth. Scorpio is right across from the zodiac, exactly opposite at fixed water. So, Susan, hi Susan, yes, my assistant is here again. So what I started noticing is, as soon as I need to take my ring off, let's put it on the other hand, like that. Because we don't chew rings. That'd be a good chewing toy, biting on crystals. So when the moon is in Scorpio, I feel this fixed energy and I get very much into power struggles within myself, but also with the people around me. So whenever the moon is in Scorpio, I know that I can bring a little bit more compassion towards the people around me and more compassion towards myself. Because I know what the astrological reason behind it is. But I didn't assume it based on the astrological significance. I based it on an embodied experience. And that's also what I do with my clients. That's what I do with my clients. I tell them to track the moon, to track their emotions, to track what is working in their business and what isn't, but on what days, on what moons are the things working, and on what moons are the things not working. And when you start to understand that, it becomes an embodied experience. Then we actually layer the astrology on top of it. So we don't choose to say, okay, this is the astrology, this is what you will feel like, and this is what information it will give you. We turn it around. Okay, so on a Scorpio moon, you feel like this. What is happening astrologically to either soften that experience or to enhance it? Because astrology is not going to dictate you how you feel or what is going to happen. It informs you on how you can up-level and how you can or how you can change what is going to happen. Like, I knew the Scorpio full moon was going to be an intense one because it's an intense one for everyone. But from my experience, my embodied experience, I know that this might be an even intenser one. And it was. Not actually the full moon, it was the working towards the full moon, because my little one got sick, waking up every hour, and then I got sick. You might still be able to hear it, because I didn't sleep. So there were a lot of demons that came up, and a lot of things that challenged me to up-level, to feel what I was feeling instead of trying to brush it off as, oh, I don't have time to get sick, or I really want to sleep through the night. It is really challenging yourself to notice what is happening, because in a masculine way, it's kind of ignoring what is going on in your life. It's ignoring what you feel. It's really trying to walk away from your body. And we are our bodies, and most of us have a personal brand. So we show up. We don't have an agency. It's us, and we might have people we work with, a small team, but it's still a personal brand. It's still what we do. So it is important to understand how you feel and to really lean into that. And with my clients, that's also the first thing that we do. We work on the embodied experience. What does this Taurus sun mean? How do you feel when the sun is in Taurus? How do you feel when the moon is in Taurus? What happens when the moon is in Gemini? Or what happens when Mercury is in Cancer? To know what goes on helps you to prepare yourself when the cycle repeats. Yeah. And why it is important to do this for at least 2 months is you can start to see the pattern. Obviously, it's better to do it more than 2 months because then you actually build upon understanding the different cycles that you go through. With my clients, I always really recommend them to keep doing this for a longer period of time because it is so important to know yourself. It's so important to know how you show up in your business. And if you also want a deeper understanding of how you show up in your business, what you need to have in place, contact me because we can work together on creating this beautiful strategy for you that works for only you, where you have this embodied experience and understand what you're going through and how you can optimize that. I promise to keep it short because it's a 5-minute practice. Sorry. And I didn't want to make it too long, and I feel that a cough is coming up. So if you want more information, comment below and I get back to you.